Motivation, niggas faking only gonna inspire. Motivation, all your hating is fuel to my fire. Motivation, who could be against me, sucker? Motivation. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving your perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. As you can see, a little wound up this morning because the plan going into this one was 6 miles, ended up doing 8 because you're just feeling it. You're feeling it. All right, I know I'm wearing red, but don't get it twisted. I am a diehard Michigan Wolverines fan. And we're about, 2 days away from the game, where we're going to shock the world. We're going to shock the world again. I'll dive deeper into my analysis of it probably Friday. Got it all set up. Again, I've watched them, both those teams. And again, don't get me wrong, Ohio State's a motherfucker. Ohio State is a motherfucking problem. All right, I'll tell you that straight up. And not only Ohio State, but an angry, number 1 seeded Ohio State team is a motherfucking problem. But I believe, given at the location, we have ourselves an opportunity. We will give ourselves an opportunity to win that game come Saturday. We just got to simply take it. All right, again, I'll dive deeper into all of that about 2 days from today. Today, I gotta address the Shedeur Sanders situation, and tomorrow I got some other stuff gotta address, and then it's all go blue at that point, right? Win or lose, it's all go blue no matter what. Again, we're not gonna talk about the loser right now. We're gonna talk about just the winning, all right? So, being that it is Wintrepreneur Wednesday, so we want to think about even sometimes, if you really want to get technical, sometimes losses lead to wins. Sometimes, in my opinion, based on the way they played, that Oklahoma loss and that loss to USC will equal a win against Ohio State, seeing that we were exposed in certain things and we could learn and build from it. So stuff you got to learn along the way. So anyway, let me get focused. I have to address the Shedeur Sanders game. The Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns did win their game, and they have named Shedeur Sanders the starter. What, in my opinion, should be the rest of the season, no matter how he plays. I believe Shedeur Sanders just needs to start. He just started out, get some stuff on film, see exactly where he's at. Like I told you guys last week, we now have a full game, full week of prep to really evaluate Shedeur Sanders on when it comes to if he can play in the league or not. All right, so here I'm gonna just say it right. I'm gonna just say it as I get it off my chest, because it's important that we say this whether you're for Shedeur or not for Shedeur. And again, I'm a centrist, man. I'm neutral. I'm all about results. So when it comes to that, I don't pick a side. I'm a diehard Commander. So I'm for Jayden Daniels. That's who I'm for. All right, whether he's for Shedeur or not for Shedeur, I am for Jayden Daniels because he's the quarterback for my Washington Commanders. That's who I'm for. All right, damn. But anyway, when it comes to how he played, you have got to give him and his teammates credit for the win. All right, plain and simple, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whether you like them or you dislike them, they got the win, and that is not an easy thing to do in the National Football League. All right, I had to say it. I got to be on the record saying this, because the minute I start to get critical and I start evaluating, now I become now I become a hater. Now I become someone. You ain't looking out. All this other bullshit. Again, you got the win. Give him credit where credit is due. Now, here we go, all right? Let's break it down. This is why we got to watch ourselves when it comes to how we judge players, and how we judge players' performance cannot just be based on stats, because let's be very honest, 70 yards of his, 200, whatever the number of yards he got, 70 yards came from a little bubble screen that, my nephew could probably throw, right? It's like, anybody can make that throw. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's an easy throw. It's not going to give him credit for the throw, but at the end of the day, it was a great play call against a great defense, and that 70 of his yards came from that. The deep ball that he threw to the wide, again, great throw on the run, but let's just give the credit where the credit is due when it comes to how the Cleveland Browns won that game. They got 10 sacks, guys. They got 10 sacks on defense. 10 sacks on defense, which validates their decision to take former Michigan Wolverine, Mason Graham. It validates the decision to put the money into the D-line between Myles Garrett, Mason Graham, and some of the other guys that I don't know about that played well. I think Devin Bush, too, from Michigan. He also got a sack, too. So, again, give credit where credit is due. Give Shedeur respect for the win. And, again, maintain, obviously, I think he got one interception, but for the most part, played well enough to win, whether it's just him or the running game. But you also got to give that defense a ton of credit for stepping up, getting the sacks, and winning that game as well, because it's a team game, and that's why you got to love the game. The game is the ultimate team game. All right, so that's it. I addressed it. We'll see how he does throughout the rest of the season. And again, if you are a business owner and you want to teach your staff, you want your staff to learn how to develop this entrepreneur mindset, this mindset in which you're winning as a team, main website to check out to dive deeper into all of that, employee development, all things employee development around here. Main website is makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As Warren Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.